Info industry is annoying me. Okay, so there's a lot of people in info space right now that are lying about their numbers, saying, "Hey, like they made 200K in a month once, and they're immediately calling their business a 2 million a year business." It's not. They made 200K one month, 100K next month, maybe 150K third month. But it's like they're always lying about their numbers. That's the big thing in the info space that I noticed, and it's true. And it is like this demonic force that's forcing everybody to just lie about their numbers. Okay, and I've noticed it in myself. I myself have like literally forced myself to come up with stupid excuses just so I can make my revenue number sound higher, so that I can impress somebody. Not sure who I'm impressing. Fucking nobody. There's people who are not even mentioning the revenue numbers and they're still making very good money. More money than me and you will like make in a, not saying ever make, I think that's a bad connotation, but it's like more money than me and you will make in a while. Okay, it's gonna take us a while to accumulate the amount of money they're making, right? And a lot of business lessons, but they're making a shit ton of money and they have never made a single income claim. They've never exposed their revenue numbers, such as Jeremy Haynes. And I think I like that philosophy of Jeremy Haynes, where he just says, don't fucking reveal your revenue numbers because it's going to attract just donkeys, as he says, And he also never reveals, like he always is super against guarantees, income claims. And I used to be the person who believed that I needed a guaranteed income claim. I need to show off my revenue. But it's like, it just attracts a very dumb, quick money, get rich quick, lying audience, And it's like so many people, you will not believe how many people will tell you, oh, I make 6 figures a month. In reality, they make 30K net profit, perhaps. Like, there's so many lies hidden within this industry. It's unhealthy. It is so toxic. It is genuinely unhealthy. It is getting to a point where it's not good. It's not fucking good. Right? So, and that's the problem with that is like when you start comparing yourself and thinking that you're doing something. I like people who keep it fucking real. I think people like Hormozi are the only ones that are like actually keeping it real. Okay? Nobody else is like Hormozi is the guy who's like, he's at this level, but he's willing to go down to this level and teach the people of this level how to scale their business. And he's the only one that is keeping it real. He's the only one that says, number one, he's probably not lying about his revenue. I trust in that. But he's also like not saying, hey, you're dumb as fuck if you're not scaling your business. No. He says that's normal. You should like obviously get out of it, scale your business, right? Don't stay stuck. But he's also like, that's normal. Like, staying stuck is normal. Like he normalizes it, and he doesn't shame people into buying. He keeps it very real and very honest, and he keeps it as like a part of life, And so that's what I like about him. And I think that was enough of a rant about the info industry because. Yeah, it's so true, man. I noticed it within myself. I would try and lie about my numbers, or like I would try to make excuses why I think it's higher. Like it would be higher on paper, but like the cash collected was bad. But I still would try to like we would have revenue wise, we would have 50K, but like we would collect 30K, and then I would try to come up with excuses as to why. Hey, this is why it's 30K, not 50K, and it's like. It doesn't fucking matter. You didn't collect 50K. Don't say it's 50K MRR. Don't say you have a 500. Like you made 50K once. Like you don't have a 500K year business, dude. Right? So, and again, it comes down to the problem that these people are not really able to gain followers and make money through tangible business advice, so they have to lie. And that's a problem. And like I had a client come up to me the other day and he was like, hey man, like I have this cool bot software that is gonna comment on thousands of profiles daily, and it's gonna get me attention, it's gonna get me followers. Like, that might work. You might get followers, you might get attention, but I'm sure everybody got that. Hormozy got blasted with this. Is this Rich Boy James dude? He's like has a bots accounts, and they come to people like fucking Hormozy, and they spam like hundreds of comments within minutes saying Rich Boy James, you're not richer than Rich Boy James, and spamming the name Rich Boy James. And like, obviously when you see that, you're like inclined to search up the guy's name and see who that is, who is spamming these people. But it's like, yes, obviously you're gonna get attention for that, for doing that, but it's like, is that the attention you want to get? Why is everybody trying to chase meaningless growth hacks, shortcuts? Why are you not trying to get followers, get attention, make money through tangible business advice and actually making an impact in the community? Why are you not making content for the person that is struggling and genuinely needs help, even if they will not be able to pay you until 3 months down the line? Why not? Why do you have to take the fucking shortcut? Why do you have to do that? Why do you have to make somebody hate you to get their attention? It doesn't make sense. Make good content. Make content that actually impacts people, makes them realize, oh shit, he's right. I shouldn't probably be doing that. I should probably be doing this instead. Let them follow you for that. That's the biggest piece of content advice that I can give you. Make actual good content. Have good intentions in your heart behind it. Don't be a bad person. Be a good person. Be a decent person at that. You don't have to be fucking the best person in the world. I'm not the best person in the world. Make mistakes and shit. I have so much shit in my personal life. I'm not good. But it's like I'm trying to at least come with decent intentions. I don't know. So yeah, that's really what made me upset. Is like, he was asking me, should I do that, should I not do that? Like, you can get attention, but you're not gonna get attention for the right reason. Why wouldn't you try to grow a bit, slower, but do it the right way? I think it's always like that. I think doing things the right way and doing things the negative way or whatever is always gonna it's going to be sexier. It's not going to be as sexy, and it's not going to be as appreciated. But lying and shit like that, unfortunately, we live in that world where that's promoted and that's praised. Anyway, other than that, I'm going to be taking a more aggressive approach to my personal brand. I am not going to be anymore making videos like I made in the past where I sit down and I yap. I'm gonna yap. This was a yap session, but it was a structured yap session. I saw something on social media that triggered me and triggered an opinion in my brain. I wrote down what it was, and I'm now talking about it. Before that, it was just me coming on a camera, having zero clue what I'm going to be talking about, and the input is shit, therefore the output is going to be shit as well. On YouTube, I don't really have a title that I can give to people, therefore they're not going to click, and if they do click, what they're watching, the content itself is going to be shit, therefore it paints a bad image of me, they're not going to follow me for more, etc. But now that I actually have a structure, I can come up with a good title, people will be actually able to click. When they do click, they're going to actually have some substance that they're going to watch, and it's just going to snowball into a much bigger thing, an operation, etc. And ultimately, I can cut this up into clips. Like, I realized, I can have one topic, I can make a long form video like this about it, and instead of filming a reel about that same idea, I can just clip it up from a long form, which is this, right? So, and I'm just gonna be more aggressive in terms of actually putting my ideas out, not really giving a fuck what reaction is that gonna cause, because I'm telling you, I have some really good takes. I have really, really good takes. Controversial, but they're really good. Like, if I had somebody following me around like a cameraman, bro, I would be so fucking famous. Trust me. I make my life interesting for myself. Like, I think it would be super interesting to watch. But it's like, I'm so held back by what I think people will think of me, or how I think people will react after I say certain things or I express myself a certain way. Like, that holds me back a lot. And I think I'm just like being a pussy, essentially being a bitch about it. And I just need to take a more aggressive approach and be like, fuck those people. Let me insult somebody who's loved in the space and like just, make an impact. Like these people that I'm calling out. I yesterday made a video about like how this big dude, his name is Sue, who everybody respects in the space, in the info space. Everybody loves Sue, and I love Sue too. He made a lot of impact. His content is really good, but he made a point that made me really angry, that I really don't like. I made a video calling it out. I'm going to post it. Before that, like, the old me wouldn't post it because I was scared I was going to get judgment. But now I'm just not going to give a fuck. I'm just going to post it because it's a true opinion that I actually believe. I believe. So, like, why wouldn't I post it? Why wouldn't I stand for that? Same thing here, man. I was talking about state of the industry, what I don't like, all that, right? So I'm not going to be like I'm going to quit being soft about it. You know what I mean? I'm just going to like do the work. Being a lot more intentional. That was my third point that I wanted to cover in this video. I'm not sure what that really meant. I kind of forgot. But I guess it's like just being more intentional with everything I do in my personal brand. I see so many people growing their personal brand. They're just expressing their opinions and they're growing and they're getting leads and everything. Like, I can do that as well, man. I can grow my business so much more if I just had like more traction, more people knowing about me, more people perceiving my value as a lot higher than it currently is. So yeah, time to step it up. I think growing in life isn't like about like, it's about like making a decision. Like, am I actually gonna fucking do this? Like, I decided I'm gonna do 2 YouTube videos a week and I just did it. It wasn't like a gradual process. I just decided, okay, this is who I am from now on. And I just started filming 2 YouTube videos a week. Now I'm in the process of batching content, so we're always 1 week ahead. Now I'm going to start going really, really hard on my short form. Going to start structuring it. Going to start looking for ideas, hunting for ideas, having those like hunter eyes, I guess, for ideas. And just like being a lot more intentional and actually making a decision to change something in my life. I think it always comes down to how tolerable you are of things. How tolerable you are of bullshit is going to determine the success rate or the speed rate of how you grow your business. If you're super tolerable of bullshit, you're going to go like really slow because something's like is going to happen, and you're going to tolerate it. Then that something is going to cause your business to like slow down, but you're still going to tolerate it. You're going to try and fix it, but you're going to tolerate it. You're not going to really move it as much urgency, and it's going to stall again. And then you finally snap and you're like, fuck this bullshit. And then you fix it and the business goes like this, right? So I think like the only point is like shortening the time between something happening, something breaking, and how like intolerable you become of it. Like recently I had this problem where I had to hire a new setter, and just like I had a call with my mentor saying this is what you need to do to scale the business, and I didn't take action on it for like 1 month or 2 months because I was tolerable of it. And now I'm becoming, and so it's like it took me 2 months from somebody to tell me what I do to like now to be like, I'm intolerable, I want to take action on it faster. If I can just like remove those 2 months in the process and just did it faster and like genuinely like gotten angry or set up a new standard, because like you have to go through this. It's not as simple as like doing the change. You have to be the person. You have to like also almost like reframe your entire mind and just say, I'm fucking done with doing things the old way. This is the new way. This is the new persona. There's no time for building up a habit, consistency. I'm just doing it, right? And you're just snapping. You're just literally snapping, getting angry, getting frustrated, getting intolerable, and just like moving with speed, pushing them, bro. Almost like pushing. You know when you're bench pressing and you fucking push it, like that fucking last rep, you just force it. That's it. That's what I'm talking about, right? So you need to have that, I think. That's what I'm missing until like the very last moment. And if I can just shorten that time and move faster, like if I made the decision to hire this setter faster, and if I was more aggressive, because like my thought was, oh, I'm gonna have to get a setter, I'm gonna have to pay him, and I can't find a setter with commission basis. But if I was like, no, fuck that. I'm going through a million applicants just to find one setter who's hungry and he's willing to go on a commission basis. I'm just gonna do it today and fuck everything else. Okay? If I just did that 2 months ago, I would make a lot more progress. Probably would have two more clients, 2 extra clients, something like that. I don't know, right? But yeah, it's time to actually like make the decision that you've been wanting to make for a very long time. You know you have to make the decision, but you've just been super tolerable of it. Fuck that shit. Get angry, get frustrated, get aggressive, become intolerable and say, fuck this. I'm not tolerating this anymore. I'm not the type of person who's gonna tolerate this. I don't care who I have to speak to. I don't care who I have to hire. I don't care who I have to hurt. I was scared of hurting people. I was scared of coming up to a setter and saying no to his retainer and hurting him, hurting his feelings or some shit like that. I was like, I don't give a fuck who I gotta hurt. I have to get this done. I have to be selfish. That is what is required sometimes. And you have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to be selfish. That's it. I think that's it for my speech. I think this is fire. Lots of clips to come from this. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow this YouTube account. Make sure to watch my business channel because there's a lot of actual practical tangible value you can get out of it. Apply to your Instagram. Maybe I talk about YouTube sometimes, but mostly Instagram, and grow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.